Hello everyone, welcome. Today, we are starting Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. I am so hyped for this one. This one is one of my favorites of the Midnight Club games. Really enjoyable. And with that being said, let's dive right into the career mode, pick our first vehicle. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm probably gonna pick either the Impala or the
Hey,
Monte Carlo, maybe.
I worked the engine with a new air intake, turbo, headers, and exhaust system.
Just realized I forgot to put on
Then I
subtitles. I'll do that after this.
Tightened up the suspension, and added a sway bar for less body roll. Oh, and I upgraded the brakes. And now
nice.
she's riding on a set of 20-inch shoes.
Yeah.
What are you talking about the money for? Do you understand the work that goes into this? The love? You're lost, fool. Hey, I gotta go.
Back when flip phones were a thing.
So you're baby's boy, huh? The one who says he's into cars. Cool. So
Anyone
what
have
into,
Midnight Club
homie?
LA as the first aboard
I
racing
got
game?
only the best cars.
Midnight Club LA is definitely
Fast for the import tuner
a
shop,
much later game for me.
truck, or maybe something
The first
classic.
Midnight Club was actually my first aboard
You got
racing
the
game,
pity, I see? Something
but it was really fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
619s, we got it all aftermarket stuff, body work, and under the hood. Make
Yeah.
it fast and make it beautiful.
We're gonna do both.
Hey, but I ain't no salesman. So go look through the cars, pick out what you want, and don't try to get funny with the price, cause this ain't the ghetto. So, baby says you like to drive with some speed, eh? Well, I can hook you up. It's all about car club down here, Holmes. Whatever you buy, there'll be somebody that will want to race it.
Unless you
That's
buy a
the
police
vibe
car,
down here.
apparently.
Beautiful cars and fast driving. Insanity, essay. So, give me a call, or I'll give you a call.
Alright, sweet.
Hook you up with some car clubs, Holmes.
Sweet. But no, my first aboard racing game was the first Midnight Club. I'm an old fart.
Go to one of them full mechanics if you want to buy, sell, or ride.
I'm very old. The PS2 was sort of like my own first console and everything. But Midnight Club LA was definitely one of my first of the open world racing games I got on the PS3, and it was really enjoyable. Midnight Club LA as well. All of the Midnight Club games are top tier. No matter which one you pick as your favorite, there is good reason for it. Whether you like the simplicity of Midnight Club 1, the high speed and difficulty of Midnight Club 2, the car customization of Midnight Club 3, like all of it is good.
Now get the hell out of here and start driving.
Drive a police car in these games, will the police not pull you over? That'd be funny. Unfortunately, if you drive a police car in these games, no one's gonna want to race you. So like, there's gonna be like no one out available. It's basically just something. Thankfully, the police cars are free, but it does make it very difficult. Not necessarily difficult, but it's you know they're just kind of there for fun. In arcade mode though, it's kind of fun, kind of doing like a impromptu like cops and robbers type of deal. Oh man, we got two GM absolute beauts here. We got the Impala, the 64 Impala, the classic rap lowrider car, and of course we got the 78 Monte Carlo as well. I might go. Also, it's very quiet. The game is very quiet. Let me increase the volume just a little bit. Yeah, no, the Monte Carlo, I think. Ooh, that looks quite nice actually with the gold. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Monte Carlo. It's a classic. It is such a cool car. Those are soda cars? Oh yeah, no, it gets a lot quicker. These are D-class cars, and unfortunately in this game you can't upgrade your car to a different class. So D-class cars will always be D-class. Even a fully tuned D-class car will be D-classed. But in the C class is where things like the Supra, you know, your Dodge Chargers and all that stuff is. Then you get the B class, which is where you get your high-end, you know, sports cars. You know, your 60s vets, you know, your very high performance cars. And then A class is basically just the fastest motorcycles and the you know basically hypercars and exotic cars. Alright, so that's 750. What are you? 350. And again, this is a cheap power adder. Doesn't the 64 Impala have like 400 horsepower though? So certain versions of the Impala do have quite a bit more power. The Impala SS does have quite a bit of power on them. But the regular 64 Impala is closer to around like the 250, 260 range, maybe low 300s, depending on what kind of dyno you're using, what kind of mods are available in the engine. And Le Mans racing cars. Yeah, don't forget about the Mercedes CLK GTR. That one. That one's a nice car. Welcome to the stream also, by the way, Sam the Singer and Gabriel. Hope you're doing well. As you can see here, we do have, you know, body upgrades, wheel upgrades. We can't lower the car just yet because you need a suspension upgrade to lower the vehicle. But this is the start of our Monte Carlo. Nothing much that we can do with it visually right now because we're spending most of our money on the performance side of things. But you can kind of get a little bit look as to, you know, what the different kind of modifications are. Some of them look a lot better than others. Got a more modern Monte Carlo front end there. But yeah, there is definitely quite a bit of customization available for the Monte Carlo, for all the cars really. And the more car club races you do, the more the more car club stuff you do, the more parts you unlock, and you also unlock like special abilities as well. And we'll get to car clubs in just a bit after we do a couple of races, so I can kind of show you guys a little bit more. You can chop top the roof. Oh, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good on the 64 Impala, but other stuff doesn't look too bad. And of course, it depends on all like what you wanna do with it as well. Like you can put, you know, kind of go with like a classic type of, you know, cruiser look with the luggage rack on the back, big spoilers and everything. In fact, Batman movie in the 1970s Batman TV show accidentally was the world's fastest car at one point. Really? It was because it had like the rocket engine attached to it or something. You can go with like the classic mud flaps and everything as well. Like there's pretty much a whole bunch of different upgrades. You can get the side exhaust, all of that stuff. So you can turn it into like a drag racing vehicle, you know. You do get a lot of freedom with customization, which it's a double-edged sword because it's really easy to make a vehicle that doesn't look good. But on the other hand, it's also easy to make a vehicle that, you know, you can make what you like. Slight tint there. Yeah. That's gonna be a little bit for later. That's gonna be for later, I think. There we go. A nice, classy green car. Soon to be a lowrider. We're probably gonna go with like a lowrider build here, I think. Yeah, but this is nice. So how was the Batmobile the world's fastest car at one point? And we're gonna be starting our first race, get a little bit of extra cash. That's the problem with emulation. Which way, Weston Man? Pit my ride or chip foos? For this one, I'm gonna be going more like lowrider, sort of California lowrider style. Slam it, put on some wire wheels, gold trim. Hi there. Super simple introduction race, get us a little bit more money, get us a little bit more customization. You know, some more money to spend on the vehicles. Also gives you an idea as to like sort of how the game works. Simple drag race. Oh, I think it meant which shows better. If that's the case, Chip Foose, because Pimp My Ride is definitely a little bit more. It's not to my taste per se. The customization is a little bit more outlandish. I'm not as big a fan of that as I am with the whatchamacallit, the the more kind of more, not necessarily solo builds, but more kind of down to earth builds. Like I don't need a chocolate fountain in the back of my car. Big jump. Slowest class in the game reaches 100 miles an hour in less than 7 seconds. Yeah, Midnight Club 3 is fast. Midnight Club 3 is very quick. The cars, we haven't unlocked nitrous yet. Our car is just barely tuned. Just wait and see. You will see just how quick it can go. And at times you go faster than you can react. Pimp My Ride was very entertaining, but I didn't like the end result of the builds. Like they took it like 2 or 3 steps, just a little bit too far. And I wasn't the biggest fan of that. But the was Chip Foose's stuff. That was very nice. Jeez, that's an expensive upgrade. All right, let's get some more performance out of the engine. You can put different brands and everything on it as well. Was the styling of the car show eyes or like the blade cutting one? Oh yeah, that wasn't bad. For the styling of the vehicle, we're definitely going more of the more of like kind of like a California lowrider style, I think, for this build. But right now, the big thing I want to do is performance upgrades first, because the game gets very quick, very quickly. It's the OSO racing games. Pretty much. It's very quick. You're basically holding one for most of the game. He was always behind schedule. He was. That is a fair point. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. It kind of added a little bit to like the pressure of getting the build done on time and everything. And his hot rods, I do like the Chip Foose style of like hot rods and everything. Yep, I'm gonna do that. Just stop talking, buddy. I know what I'm doing. Also, I need to turn on subtitles. I forgot about that. Just realized here's the Gordon Ramsay of cars. Chip Foose? He wasn't nearly as... I mean, he wasn't quite as yelly as Gordon Ramsay was. But he did have a lot of like shows and everything. So in our regards, he had it's kind of similar. Yeah. Does this sound like a good idea? Having a time limit when it comes to working on cars is just asking you to slap your job. Kind of, but I mean that's part of like the TV show charm, is to add additional put on additional, put additional pressure and everything. Plus, here's the thing though, you always do need some time limit. In the engineering field, and this is me speaking as an engineer. You are always going to have a time limit with any project, because time is money, and the more time you spend on it, one, you eventually deal with the whatchamacallit, the law of diminishing returns. But then also you have then you also have the, you don't want to waste time as well.
Nice.
Also, welcome to the stream, Midnight. Hope you're doing well. And yes, both these cars, both Carlos's car here and my car, both of them are a 78 Monte Carlos. Carlos, you gonna figure out where you're gonna go, buddy? There we go. He's found out where he wants to do. He's found out what he wants to do. Maybe. Come on. Right now we're just kind of chilling in this slipstream. That's one thing I do like about Midnight Club 3 as opposed to Midnight Club 2, is you don't need to like unlock like a whole bunch of abilities that like you should be able to have at the start of the game, like burnouts and like in-air control and slipstream turbo. Like this is so much better because you can kind of, you know, fully kind of hit the ground running and really get some high speed racing done early on. Yeah, this is one of the lowrider cars. I'm hyped to see what kind of custom, like the unique vinyls of this one. Yeah, you haven't spoiled me just yet, but I'm very hyped. There we go. Sweet. I like racing Carlos first because he's his races are usually a bit on the quicker side and usually mostly straightaways. So it's good for getting some extra cash to get some of the handling upgrades and everything for your car. Plus also racing against other muscle cars. And you get access to the fun, you know, the, that's a Hummer. You get access to the American Royalty Car Club races as well. But yeah, right now, the body of this Monte Carlo is mostly stock. Right now we just have the metallic green paint on it, which looks very nice. But pretty soon, once we begin getting some more monies and everything, begin getting this car upgraded, we're gonna start getting some of the visual upgrades as well on it, and then we're gonna really start kind of customizing it, making it look, you know, all kinds of beautiful. Right now, though, it's a fairly simplistic race on the highway, which is good for the, you know, the big high power, big block V8 American muscle car. Speaking of which, in Le Mans as well, did you guys see the Garage 56 Camaro at Le Mans this past weekend? That thing was so nice, and it did pretty well too, actually finishing. And it did really well for a Garage 56 car. Absolutely dominated on the straights, completely passing the GTE cars left, right, and center. And it was beautiful. I had a friend of mine, different VTuber named Aki, and he was there with a couple of his buddies, and he said, cause he was messaging me, he said like, yeah, every time, you know, every 4-ish minutes or so, you could hear, you know, the low rumble of the V8, and it was very interesting. He said it was almost impossible to sleep because like every 4 minutes, like it would wake you up. Let's see what, yeah, he is part of a VTuber racing team. He's part of Mirai. I think it's Mirai. There's a couple of different VTuber racing teams. They do the VTuber GT stuff on Saturdays. Oh, we should have taken a ramp. We made it save it. I don't like the way Sergio Perez Max's application is going. Looks like the next Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. Maybe. Rosberg and Hamilton's a very interesting rivalry because both of them, you know, they kind of started out, you know, as really close friends, doing a lot of the same racing series and everything. But eventually, due to quite a few incidents where both of them were trying to be, you know, the top driver and everything, they got a really vicious rivalry. I think Spain 2016 was like the real tipping point from them going from, you know, friendly rivals to complete, you know, dislike of each other. But it was definitely, it's unfortunate. I'm not too sure if it's going to end up the same way, but I do know there is a little bit of bad blood playing. Merc just created a toxic work environment. A little bit, yeah. It is definitely a little bit on Mercs, and but it's just in the nature. Both Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg wanted to be, you know, the #1 driver and everything. And when you have, you know, the dominant vehicle and there's no one else to race with, it definitely makes it very difficult. Because then you're constantly only racing with that other person. So it's like, you know, Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso back when they were at McLaren, or you know, Prost and Senna back when they were at McLaren. A lot of McLaren rivalries. I want this game. Oh, this game is really good. I highly recommend it. It's very nice. It's definitely my favorite of the Minute Club games. And I enjoy it quite a bit. This one, very simple race, just trying to get to the other end of the city. I'm going to be making a slight right-hand turn here. Want to avoid the pillars. But again, the game does start out reasonably easy. We just missed a turn. That's fine. That's fine. We'll be okay. McLaren can't handle the guys. I mean, McLaren at the time was basically, for quite a while, it was basically a top team, and they wanted top drivers as well. So in order to do that, and as well with the older days, the cars weren't as reliable. So it was very much, you want two, you know, top tier drivers. So if one driver has an accident or has any issues with their vehicle, the other driver can then take up as much points as possible. But in times when both of them, you know, were top tier drivers and their vehicle was top tier as well, with, you know, some of the best reliability, then that's when you get those rivalries, because it's basically only those two that are fighting for the championship. And it's difficult. I mean, yeah, I know Senna is basically like, you know, a racing god in Brazil. He's kind of like the you know, Senna to Brazil is very much like Dale Earnhardt to the a lot of us Americans here, where it's basically, you know, kind of very, very aggressive driver, but, you know, loved by a lot of fans. And the unfortunate passing kind of really kind of it was, you know, it's still really, really cool though. Last position here. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean that's true. But I mean, Senna was just an absolute mad lad driver. Very good driver, but also very reckless as well. But I mean, that's kind of how you become champion, is you basically gotta really kind of force errors, really get inside your opponent's head and everything. And wow, okay. Also, welcome to the stream, GP2 engine. Welcome to the stream, Hunter Iggy. Should Gran Turismo add pit crew members talking to you? I mean, it'd be a nice feature, but it would definitely be something that should be optional. And it'd be more so something along the lines of, you know, almost like the Formula 1 type games, where it's basically more so a, hey, you know, you have this many laps of fuel left, or you have, you know, just something that way you don't have to keep kind of flipping through your oh gosh, trolley, your MFD. It's, you know, more so, you know, you have a like someone that's keeping track of things for you. Would be nice. Just watch Max playing in GTA 3 playthroughs. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not as good at like shooting games as I am with the racing games, but I did want to kind of play through those, because those I've never played through either the original Max Payne or the GTA 3, and it's definitely, one, it definitely shows, and two, it's definitely very it's still really, really fun though. I enjoy the freedom that both those games kind of offer. And then the Chad Alonso basically stole the hype at the beginning of the season. Dude, he is dragging that Aston Martin. That or Lance Stroll is really underperforming, one or the other. But both of them, both drive, or maybe it's a combination of both, but Fernando Alonso constantly in the points in the Aston Martin that was doing absolutely terrible the previous season. It is an absolute mad lad mood. I'm really hoping. Granted, I'm a Sebastian Vettel fan. 100% I'm a Sebastian Vettel fan, but he's retired, so right now I'm kind of rooting for more of the old guard, you know, Lewis Hamilton and Alonso and stuff, because those are the drivers that I watched when I was a lot younger, and both of them were very, you know, I'm really hoping that both of them really kind of, you know, take the fight to the Red Bulls. Oopsie daisies. I forgot that I didn't lock the arm of my chair in place, so that fell. Oopsie daisies. I just say it takes away higher level than your sub. Can't keep that, dude. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm hoping, you know, Granted, I'm mostly doing this for enjoyment, for fun and everything. But you know, if this is something I can kind of do for like, you know, additional, you know, as a, not to say full-time thing, but like at least as like a side thing, that'd be kind of fun. All right, so we're out of all that fun stuff. So let's go. Clutch. Nah, we want some transmission stuff. Let's get the sway bars installed. Leave Lance alone. He finished 6th at Bahrain with a broken toe and wrist. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. He's very Lance. Granted, I am an absolute scrub. I know I'm a terrible driver. Or I know I'd never go to even compete. Like I would probably be slower than the likes of, you know, Nikita Mazepin and everything if you put me in a Formula 1 car. Like, especially if, like with no training or anything like that. I would be an absolute hazard on a track. But Lance Stroll's is very hit or miss. Sometimes he does really, really well, and then other times he does very poorly, which is very strange.
I hate that fool, Carlos. Pacha carnal. You want to drive something?
Honestly, seems to be happy to have a faster car for a change. Yeah, he's kind of returning to like his old form and everything. It's really cool.
And beat them at their own game.
Sounds clear. He was the incarnation of Daddy's Cash. I mean, that's the case for a lot of pay drivers.
Anyway, these vatos will give you unrivaled
it's the nature of the sport. Formula 1 requires quite a bit of money, and sometimes you need to be able to kind of get the
keeping them straight. It's classic American rides, they say. The kind that you can steal.
I'll finish after the cutscene. I like how his head clips through the rear bumper over there as well. It's subtle, but you can notice it a little bit there. We finally have car clubs available. Yeah. Slipstream Turbo, we already know about that. And car clubs, yep, we know those. Those basically allow you to get more parts for the car and the different special abilities. But I mean, you know, with Formula 1, you know, you do need the sponsorships, you do need lots of money. So look at McLaren nowadays, with the car is literally covered in sponsorships. You do need a lot of the fun, you know, pay drivers and everything. You know, you even like, you know, Sergio Perez is kind of falls into that category as well. With the he falls in that category as well because you know, his dad is a very wealthy man, and you know the full you know, it's money. It's a money game. And wow, okay, we need to go around entirely the other way. I forgot that section of the map. New GTA update sucks. Yeah, I was looking into that. I'm not a big fan of how they make it so that they got rid of some of the vehicles in the car lots, only to then make those vehicles available on something that's only available to GTA Plus members. It seems very anti-consumer. Like they should have just put like a search function, or at least let you filter by classes in the vehicle stores. But instead they're like, nah, we'll just get rid of vehicles and then make an additional, like, you know, add some more fear of missing out, some more FOMO. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. I'm hoping this doesn't continue for GTA 6. If it does, I'm probably only going to play the story mode of GTA 6 and leave the online mode alone, which is a shame because I love playing a lot of like GTA Online. But the actual rocks are right now, they're just very anti-consumer, and it's a shame. Because they have a good platform, but they make it very it makes it very difficult to actually enjoy playing their games with, you know, how they treat their consumers and everything. Isaac Pooling and Kimi Räikkönen, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I've played through this game so many times. I'm not 100% good at it, but you know, but it's not bad. I'm not atrocious. I can be okay. I can be okay at it. Like I know the general gist of like how to progress through the career mode and everything. What vehicles are fun. I can, for the most part, I've played through with most vehicles as well, so I can, you know, have a good idea as to how the different vehicles handle and everything, and their strong and weak spots. Like this, the Monte Carlo can get some real high speeds and decent acceleration, but it is a slidey boy. Which is why you really want to get the roar ability quick. GTA 6 is going to be the most smoked game in history. Unfortunately so. And I mean, I wouldn't mind too much if the online was milked, so long as, one, the content itself was good, and two, it was still pro-consumer. Like, I don't mind long-term, like, you know, online free-to-play type of things that, you know, occasionally have, like, microtransactions or whatever. It's when it becomes intrusive to the point where basically it's just not fun, which is kind of how GTA Online is now. That it's just, you know, when it becomes anti-consumer, where it basically becomes a second job. That's when I don't really like it as much, which is a shame because, like I said, it's a good platform. They have a good, like, GTA 5 is a good base game, and a lot of the DLCs like have a lot of good ideas in them. But then it gets kind of ruined by, you know, the greediness and the anti-consumer practices of Rockstar. Oh, invisible tires there. Whoopsie daisies. But yeah, you can kind of see here we have a whole bunch of lowriders, whole bunch of muscle cars, and we are already against C-class cars. Like, it is a very, like, we are literally already against C-class cars, and we've only done a few races. It just goes to show just how quick the speed ramps up, because we haven't even gotten anywhere close to unlocking C-class cars. We've only put a few upgrades on our D-class car. And it basically comes down to making sure you can kind of carry as much momentum around the corners as possible, don't lose speed, and don't crash into stuff. And also try to make it so your opponents also crash into stuff. That is a general gist of, like, Midnight Club 2, but especially Midnight Club 3. It's basically, don't crash, make opponents crash. And that's why I go for a muscle cars for the earlier career sections, because you're at a slow enough speed where you can avoid crashing, but the roar and against pretty much every opponent except for the motorbikes, because the motorbikes are pretty much immune to the roar. Do the roar! Shrek 3 was terrible. No, that was Shrek 4. Shrek 4 wasn't bad. But the roar basically makes opponents, like, completely swerve around and everything, and it's very easy to get them to crash into other vehicles, or, like, especially if you use the roar right as they're going off of a jump, you can basically take an entire, you know, a rival completely out of the race, because they'll completely, you know, miss the jump and, you know, fall off or something. So they'll have to really kind of, you know, work their way back up to the pack and everything. And usually the races themselves are short enough that that's not really an option for them. Yeah, they're taking a little bit of the shortcut there, but with that definitely causes them a little bit of issues, because like I said, it slows them down a little bit too much. So I'm able to carry more momentum around the outside of the corner, because you can take these corners, like, incredibly quickly. So as long as you can kind of maintain speed and everything, you should be fine. Like, I've been steadily, like, at over 100, 125 miles an hour through most of this race. Two-wheel driving just at the end as well. Nice. Very, very good. This should be enough to get us some more monies. And we should be able to, I think in the next one, get some of the, yeah, camera mode. I know how to do that. I know how to look back. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, we should be able to get Roar after, I believe, this one or the next American Royalty race. By the way, we're getting some extra money and making a little bit more progress through the overall completion of career mode, making our way towards 100% completion. Nice. The 96 Impala SS. Very cool. That one is also one of the lowrider vehicles. And it's very good, very nice. Yeah, they already have nitrous, they're already using it. Nitrous is expensive, but it does give you a massive boost of speed. Like, it is very, very, very powerful. If you can get close enough, though, and you can stay on someone's tail, the Slipstream Turbo is almost as powerful as nitrous. And you can do that indefinitely. Oh gosh. Little bit too tail happy there. He fixed it though. But yeah, the Monte Carlo very much is a vehicle that it doesn't like tight turns, even with a whole bunch of handling upgrades. It likes very wide sweeper turns that it can carry the speed around. There we go. Ooh. First lap done. Alright, let's keep pushing. Smooth slide around the traffic. This is a very, very fun, very enjoyable race. I do like the good mix of like the circuits, unordered, and like all the different race types. In Midnight Club 2, it was almost entirely, you know, the point-to-points or unordered races. This has a good mix of like all of them, and they're usually a lot better at bruh. That was so not cool, bruh. But they're usually better at like making sure, like, you know, if there's any like additional side routes or whatever, like it's much easier to kind of find them, and it's not like some super obscure hidden checkpoint or whatever that's like, is this above ground? Is this in a tunnel? I don't know. Like the cities are much better designed in Midnight Club 3. Big push to the finish. Come on. Yes. Got a turtle at the end as well. Yes. Come on, give us a roar. There's roar. Oh my gosh, roar is basically the super broken move in Midnight Club 3. Like, it's not as broken in Midnight Club LA, but it's super broken in Midnight Club 3 because it makes everybody scatter, and it puts people, like, you know, in a massive tail slide as well. Playing needs to opposite massive. That's not a bad one as well. Not a big fan of the break to drift, but the cars themselves are absolutely gorgeous, and the sound design is top notch.
But you can't use it in any vehicle, only choppers and muscle cars.
That's another reason why the choppers are a bit underpowered in this game, is because motorcycles in general, aren't good at like drifting, and you only recharge roar by drifting, which the muscle cars being super slidey means you can stack up a massive amount of roar. Cool, whole bunch of GTOs. We got this. We're in a 78 Monte Carlo. These guys are in, you know, full-on GTOs. We got this. We got this. Totally, bruh. Ah, the pain. Hi there. Here we go. We're gonna have to kind of really push, really kind of abuse the slipstream turbo. There we go. We got one roar. We're pretty close to getting a second roar. I don't want to use it just yet. Speed breaker. Zone's not bad in Midnight Club 3, but it's definitely better. It's definitely better off in Midnight Club LA. Okay, sometimes the roar does mess you up as well when opponents wreck into you. So you gotta be very careful as to when you're gonna use it. But as well, you can kind of like almost fishtail a little bit, or in straightaways to gradually just kind of build up more roar as well. And you don't really lose a whole lot of speed, but you can make opponents have a whole bunch of issues there. It's usually better in like tighter areas, or when they're going through like an intersection or something, or just off of a jump. And I found zone not very useful in Midnight Club LA. It was more so useful if you had like a bike or, you know, another sort of more nimble vehicle. But especially with the bikes, like zone and aggro with the two better. I use bikes so much in Midnight Club LA, so maybe I'm overestimating the usefulness of zone in for other vehicles. But with the bikes, it was basically one of those two that was really useful, because with the zone, you can really kind of like, you know, squeeze through the tight gaps and everything. Really kind of, especially if you're going around like a blind turn. See, there you go. He's out of the race completely. And one more. There we go. But yeah, zone was very useful for bikes. Not as much in the regular cars, but bikes especially. Aggro is also really useful too, because then you can just you can use that quite a bit to kind of go through heavy traffic areas and not even worry about getting thrown off your bike. Those two are the good ones for the bikes. For tuners, it was probably that saved the race. Yeah, no, like I said, Roar is an absolute game changer in Midnight Club 3. Oh boy, whole bunch of chargers. Again, these are all C-class cars that I'm up against. Very quick cars. I'm still in a mostly unmodified D-class car. There we go, give me some speed. We can cut through this. We can cut through this little side alleyway here. I remember a lot more of like the shortcuts in Midnight Club 3 as opposed to Midnight Club 2. Midnight Club 2 is much harder ones to remember. One, because it's also a lot tighter. Like the American cities are a lot more open compared to like the Parisian, you know, the Paris cities or the Japanese cities. Yeah, a lot of drag charges here. You got a whole bunch of like cool customization as well. All right, come on, let's get. There we go. We speed up, they slow down. The slipstream roar combo. One of my favorite things to do. And again, we already have another one to kind of hold them off with just a little bit longer. Because the opponents, until you get an A-class car yourself, like which is near the end of the game, the opponents will always have faster cars than you. And it's very much, basically you just gotta outwit them and kind of play a little bit dirty, play a little rough with them. In order to make sure that they, you know, they get put in their place. Jeez, that is a fast trolley. That is a very fast trolley. It was, you know, what 120? And we were only slowly catching up to it, and we were doing about 150.
You good game, we know that.
Nice, alright, we got quite a bit of money. So we should have enough for a couple more performance upgrades for the vehicle. Get it all nice and tuned up. We should get some nitrous as well. That should be good. Get some suspension upgrades. That way we can begin lowering the car as well. That should be good. That should be very, very nice. And pretty soon we'll be getting up for the all the body mods as well. There we go. Get a single shot of nitrous. Japanese efficiency in Detroit. Yeah, no, you need a massive. Detroit. Ironically, Detroit is definitely one of the harder cities, because especially like the ghetto area. There's a lot of debris that you can get caught up on. And those really, we need $20. Hey, Oscar, you got a 20? You got a 20 you can loan us? We'll pay you back. We'll get pizza after the next race or something. But like, bruh. Oh, jeez, that's big sad there. All right, we can at least then do a little bit of the dimensions, a little bit of the this fun stuff. So there we go. Lower you all the way down to the ground. Let's put 15s on you. Let's slim you down just a little bit. And probably right around there for the tire width. And pretty soon we're gonna be getting some of the other size. Can we lower it? We can't lower it anymore. We can make it. We can kind of give it like the crazy front rake there. Make it like the Red Bulls of the earlier hybrid era with the face down, booty up. Yeah. Okay. And tires. White stripe, white wall, white letter. We can go. White wall might not be actually that bad. Red line, black, 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 black. Yeah, white wall would probably be very nice. Jacko Pose Red Bulls. I mean, that's pretty much what they were. I'm surprised no one's turned them into like an anime girl or whatever. You know, the anime personification or whatever. That would be that'd be great. That'd be very silly. We have enough money for maybe like 1 or 2 body mods. Dude. What? Did someone actually do that? Did someone actually do that? Oh gosh. I was joking. Dude, I needed to sleep today. Oh, I'm sorry. Like I said, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to kind of, you know, if you want, you can definitely drop off. I'm not gonna. My feelings aren't going to be hurt. You know, I know everyone has like a lot of different. Now I need answers. Oh no. Oh, I have sent you on a quest. Weight wall tires. Okay, I'll at least put on the weight wall tires on this. Weight wall tires definitely look pretty good on this, especially if we get some of the spoked, like the super spoke rims and everything. BAB. Uh-oh. I'm sure someone has probably turned like the Red Bulls into like anime girls and everything. Now if someone can actually turn it into like a Jacko Pose Red Bull, that'd be hilarious, and I would love that quite a bit.
You can stock up on that stuff by buying it from those mechanic fools. So good luck and hang on, Issy.
Like if you're familiar with like the Merryweather comics and everything on YouTube, you know how they kind of like do the super kind of semi-lewd kind of wholesome personification of like different things like the console wars or like, you know, Internet Explorer Chan and everything. What I'd love to see is like if someone did a thing where they did like different Formula 1 seasons, but with like all the cars were anime girls instead. So, you know, you have like, you know, during the like the 70s Niki Lauda versus, you know, James Hunt, the Ferrari 312 versus the, gosh, what was the McLaren number? The MP4 something. You turn them into, you know, anime girls and everything. That'd be one, it'd be very silly, but it would also be very fun, very fun to have happen. Because then as well, you can kind of go through like the different you know, kind of scandals and everything. You know, you can have the Spygate, the 2007, 2008 Spygate. I forget what year it was. It was near the end of the Groove Tire era. I think it was 08. But you can have that, and you can basically have like the McLaren girl kind of like looking over. What's she gonna be wearing? What's she gonna be wearing to the Grand Prix this weekend? You know. I don't know. That'd be kind of funny, kind of wholesome, kind of adorable. My favorite car performance parts brand. That is a very good question. Probably Bill Stein. If you're talking about like individual performance parts and everything, and not like tuning companies, probably Bill Stein with the shock absorbers. I know them; they make some really high quality stuff. And oftentimes you see the shocks used in a lot of like manufactured cars and everything, or the more performance oriented versions. So they do have quite a bit. They do have quite a bit of, you know, like manufacturer rep and everything. They're basically kind of the Brembo of shocks in that regards. Well, I got bad news and worse news. Uh-oh. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. The bad news, they exist. The worst news, someone has made a Rule 34 fan art of Monza 2021 with the Red Bull and the Mercedes. I hate myself for saying that. There's no Red Bulls doing the Jacko pose on the Scanner website. Alright, you hear it here first, people. If there's anyone that is really good at art in the chat, now is your time to shine. William Shen. Oops, I'm last again. Sorry, sponsor son. It's okay, Williams-chan. I'm just happy to see you try. Oh, poor Williams.
For real, huh?
But someone... Someone did some things to Kimmy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, the ice go. It's, that's not good. I mean, that's probably hilarious. Wow. Mark, gloves and steering wheel. Come on. Oh my god, it's Rule 34. It comes with the territory of liking cars and looking up the skylines. The R32 and the R33 are safe. The generation after that, you get some very interesting stuff sometimes. Ironically, someone has made R34 R34. Yes. It's, on one hand, very nicely drawn. On the other hand, why? Why would you do that? I really like Bishop's Lexus as well. Very, very, very clean. Even with the zebra wheels on it. That was very, very loose. Very, 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 very smooth. I don't really like to use the luxury sedans as much just because of how expensive they are versus their price. Like they're really cool addition, but I really only use them for like the car club events because otherwise you're struggling already trying to get your car fast enough. I know you're the car guy. I love cars. Cars are absolutely amazing, but sometimes you do end up with the other R34s if you're not careful in the searches. Oh god, not that R34 website. Yep, nope, that one. That one is definitely very interesting. I mean, it was in the. Oh gosh. Okay, so it is. That one is bad. The Kimmy one is bad. I mean, Kimmy is not able to come for Gananet. Pregante! Oh gosh, poor Kimmy. Rule 34 and Rule 63. Why am I talking about Rule 34? Jesus. It all got started when we were talking about rake, or in the rake, the R-A-K-E, not something else that could sound similar. Come on, roar. Basically, where the front of the vehicle is, facing downwards, and the rear of the vehicle is kind of pointed upwards, like a drag car in a way. Come on, I'm gonna keep using roar until you wreck. There we go. Get you out of the way. Yeah, we were talking about and then from there, talking about the suspension setup and everything. Then we went to the Red Bull cars doing a Jacko pose. And then, did anyone create an anime version of the Red Bull car? And oh, Bishop, you're an asshole. And then it evolved from there. It was a downward spiral. A fun downward spiral, but a downward spiral nonetheless. This is getting cursed. I'm sorry, this is probably a very cursed stream. What? Rule 34 on my Christian street racing stream? How dare you guys? Alright, come on. Let's get you into the wall. Nope, that was bad, Mercedes. Bad, Mercedes. You needed to go into the wall there. It went from 100 to negative 1,000 real quick. That's just how I roll. And there he goes. He goes sideways. Oh, how does that not affect you as much? I was hoping you'd end up in the water. because you can damage yourself out. It's much harder in this game compared to the other Midnight Club games, but it is possible to completely end your race. Okay, bye there. That was interesting. I was hoping I could eventually slipstream turbo off of the Mercedes, but I guess that ain't gonna happen. Bishop's giving us a lot of issues right now. We're up against some high C-class vehicles, and even Bishop's car is pretty heavily modified as well. Come on. We basically just have to kind of really play dirty, try to get them into the wall as much as possible. Our poor Monte Carlo has definitely seen quite a bit of abuse. There we go. The Mercedes is out of the picture now for quite a while. You can see them on the map there. They are well off onto the beach. Bishop is in a very dangerous spot as well. Really? Bruh. He just completely blocked us there. He's like, hey, if you wreck one of my people, I'm gonna completely wreck you as well. There we go. You're in the wall. That's one less to worry about. Now we can just focus on getting up the speed, building up some momentum, making sure we don't crash onto the boardwalk section. You know, I've never visited of the 4 cities in Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. The only city I've ever actually been to and spent some time in is Atlanta. Like, I've never been to Detroit. I've never been to San Diego. Atlanta's kind of cool though. Atlanta's got a massive urban sprawl though, so like you're in Atlanta for a very, very long time before you can actually get to like the city of Atlanta. But it's really cool. A lot of cool car customization there and everything. You get a lot of like the dubs and the donks. You know, the luxury vehicles where, you know, they got all like the TVs in the trunk and everything, the big chrome rims and everything. Basically, like, you know, your luxury sedans and stuff. Oh, and then you have the donks, which is like the lowriders, but they've been jacked up like super high with like the massive like 30-some inch rims. And both of of those are really, really cool. Whereas on the West Coast, you have, you know, for car customization, you usually have more of like the low riders and stuff, in terms of like, you know, muscle car customization. Both of which are still really, really cool. Whole bunch of luxury cars here. We got, you know, you got the Lexus, you got the Cadillac CTS-V, got a whole bunch of Mercs. All right, big push. Let's go. Alright, this one's a simple one. Come on, this you know, the Monte Carlo was used in stock car racing. So we should be good at just turning left. We should be. This is literally nothing but turning left. We got this. We got this 100%. Alright, easy. Tip on the brakes. To the left. There we go. Alright, we have a long straightaway here and a less turn. I'll be honest, I think the dubs down Bishop's car looks great. Yeah, Bishop's Lexus, like, it's aged surprisingly well. Like, some of the other car customization hasn't aged, because, I mean, it's you know, a decade and a half old game. It is a very, you know, very, very old game. So, of course, you know, the car culture of the time is going to be very, very different than the car culture of our time. But, like, some of the luxury vehicles and some of the dub edition cars, like, that still looks really, really good. Like, the 300C dub edition is, like, honestly, I would love to own something like that in real life, you know, with the, you know, the big chrome rims and the mesh, almost egg crate style grille. Like, that looks really, really nice. Alright, we are really running out of time here. We need to push. Because they are. Okay, that's not how you push. That is definitely not how you push. All right, come on. This is literally only left turns. We have the equivalent of a NASCAR-ish car here. We can do this. Basically, we have to make sure that we always stay kind of with the front of the pack. That's really interesting. An automated Lexus GS300 mod that Nave's doing underground too. Interesting. I wonder how well the mods would look on the Lexus, the GS300, because that's more of like a luxury sedan as opposed to like, you know, like a tuner car and everything. I bet some of the stuff would look pretty good though. I imagine all of like the interior customization stuff would look pretty nice. Can't believe Reddit came to the rescue and gave me 10 anime goals based on last year's F1 game. Oh, last year's F1 teams. I know, I mean, I especially like it when it's like the non-lewd like anime personifications and stuff. Because some of those are absolutely adorable. You're like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's Moe. Moe sells. Moe is adorable. So it's, you know, it's very, very, very fun. You get to see, you know, how they look, you know, you also get to see how the liveries would look, you know, in like, you know, more unique kind of clothing options and everything, which is cool. Yeah, super cute, super wholesome. That's the thing. When it comes to like the anime personification fan arts, I usually prefer like the cuter and wholesome stuff as opposed to the more lewd versions. Like there's definitely like a balance that you need to strike with like the cuteness to lewdness. Like I think for the most part, like Merryweather Comics, if you're familiar with them, they do kind of a good mix of like. Granted, they're a little bit on the lewder side for my taste, but still, it's like really, you know, really, still for the most part, pretty wholesome, pretty cute, especially like the, you know, the different browsers and stuff. That one, the personification of all the different browsers was really adorable. Made me feel bad for Internet Explorer. Did a much better job of getting me to potentially want to use Internet Explorer than Microsoft ever has. There we go. We got some money now. That's good. That's very nice. Very sweet. All right, let's get a little bit of upgrades. Let's see what we can put on this. Transmission, gear kits, all that's good. Tires, there we go. Little bit of grippier boys. And where are you? Okay, Brembo is only tier 2. Now we can kind of focus on the fun stuff, and let's go get some rims as well. Let's get some new rims for our vehicle. We should have some money for some good rims right now. Koenig, Privat. Nothing really tickles my fancy. The Dalton rims look decent on here. The Steel 200 aren't bad either. Both of them are really nice. Of course, you got your American racing, your torque thrusts. All of those are really, like, you have a really solid. Ooh. That's not bad actually. Oh, but we don't have enough money for that. Ah, pain. Okay. I know what we're getting next though. I know what we're getting next. We're gonna be getting those rims.
Yeah, no problem. I'll tell him. Oh, he just walked in. Orale, I te guacho. That was my homeboy Phil.
Yo, Phil.
A damn maniac, pero loco.
First name Phil, last name McCracken.
Wants to teach you a lesson. You drive whatever you want. He's gonna beat you on a chopper. Don't ask me, don't blame me.
I like how
He's good at racing.
the subtitles are completely way faster than the actual game goes.
You, ese.
Hi there again.
Listen, I know you like to hang out with the kids, but some vatos, Like to keep things exclusive.
Gentlemen's been real, but I do have finals on Thursday. Best of luck on finals. Hope you do well, VYC. Let me know how that goes.
I thought about you.
But good luck. Good luck.
I don't know.
Best of luck with the cramming. I've been doing the finals and stuff like that before. It's tough. Lot of lost sleep. So good luck, man.
If you're interested, I can hook you up.
I like that vinyl or an Oscar's 78 Monte Carlo as well. I think that may be one like the unique lowrider vinyls available for it that Midnight was talking about. I think that could be potentially available. Production engineering. You know how it is.
Hey, Holmes,
I 100% know how it is.
I got word of one you might want to check out.
It was so I when in college I was in mechanical engineering, so I very much know how it is. And oh man, it's also it's pronounced Vic. Oh, Vic. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Thank you. Wait. Oh no, we're gonna be doing okay, fine. That's fine. We're doing a city race because both of them were too close together. Whoopsie daisies. That's fine. Massive Hummer H3T. Thank you, bro. See ya. Alright, take care. First name Isaac, last name meme. Pretty much. Isaac Umbras. Oh, the speed. Yeah, this thing definitely feels a lot better with the stickier tires. Got some of that extra grip. And we're up against some more like the D and the lower C class cars. So this is good. Oscar, his voice sounds a bit similar to Cesar Vilpando from GTA San Andreas. Well, now I want to know if they have the same voice actor. That'd be kind of cool if they did. Caesar was one of my favorite characters in GTA San Andreas, so it'd be cool. It'd be really cool if they did share the same voice actor. I mean, if Rockstar has a contract out for you for voice acting work, and you're already familiar with a lot of the production teams and everything and how they operate when doing something for like GTA. Turning around and doing like a smaller voice acting role in addition to that with some extra money on the side. For a Midnight Club game, released on the same time as well. Like that'd be really cool. Now I gotta look it up. Now I gotta look it up if they are the same voice actor. I'm gonna check that after this race. That was a vehicle that just got T-boned by the tram. The tram is absolutely deadly in this game. Nah, I'm not gonna pull over, bro. I'm gonna keep going. Get pushed. Get roared, buddy. Get roared, buddy. We nearly got bodied by Tracy. Alright, now I'm gonna look this up. Alright, so Oscar. Oscar is voiced by David. Alright, so he's got two different voice actors. He's voiced by David Barrera and Veniet Echeverria. So now let's look up Caesar. See if he has. No, okay. So Caesar is Clifton Collins Jr. So they do not share the same voice actor. That's unfortunate. That'd be really kind of cool if they did. I mean, both all of them do a really good job with that, with the voice acting and everything. So and in that regards, GG in that regards. Oh, the Lotus Esprit. That is beautiful car. There's so many good cars in this game. Like this game has probably one of the best car lists of like the PS2 era racing games. Because one, every vehicle is, for the most part, semi-usable throughout career mode. Like, sure, you're gonna struggle if you try to do it with like a truck, or like, you know, an SUV, or, you know, the bikes, more so the choppers more than anything else. But otherwise, you know, it's you still got some you still have a chance. Like most of the vehicles in this game, you can be relatively competitive in. Oh, the hot match Quevito. I do like the fact that you do win the bike from him after this race. So it allows you to get some good money for kind of doing some customization with your vehicle early on. Also, I like how in the emulator the loading time for this is very quick. It's much slower in the actual PS2 version. There we go. I see the Chevy Fleet line. That one's a quick one. That's a C-class. That's a C-class car. That one's you unlock it by winning one of the tournaments. Oh boy, easy there. Alright, come on. And now. There we go. You're into the wall. You're out of commission. No more, no more. Nice. It's weird how quiet our car is as well. I'm not used to the vehicle being this quiet right now. Normally the vehicle's a little bit on the louder side. But yeah, if you look, like the roar doesn't really affect Phil as much because he's on the bike. So the best I can hope for is that maybe I get, you know, a vehicle that, you know, kind of push it into him or something, or get him to just kind of clip an edge. But otherwise, it's difficult. Like he's on a chopper, but it's still like a C-class chopper versus, you know, our D-class Monte Carlo. So that makes it very difficult. Although he did make that mistake. Phil made a dummy. Bye-bye, Phil.
I told you they was punks.
Nice. Alright, good. Let's keep racing, Phil. Let's try to get that hot match. The hot match Quevito. Absolutely beautiful bike. It's a shame the choppers aren't nearly as quick as they could be in this game, because a lot of the choppers look absolutely beautiful. And this is one of the few games that actually allows you to race, you know, choppers and everything. Whole bunch of lowrider cars. This will be fun. This is fun. Alright, this one's a higher speed circuit, or a higher speed loop in a way. Whoa! Okay. You do get that chaos right at the start as well. Like I said, this game is very quick. And you gotta deal with pretty much everything coming at you at a very high rate of speed, trying to control your car. It's basically just holding on and hoping for the best. Pain Pecco. Alright, come on, let's get back up to speed. Let's hope we can catch him up. They are in some of the slower lowrider vehicles, but I don't know. I don't know. Right now we're in dead last. We can only hope that we get a little bit of time gained. Probably gain a little bit of time jumping here, cutting off a little bit of distance here. There we go. Oh, wait, nice and easy. Oh, roar, please. Oh, that was an absolute mess. Like I said, this game rapidly gets very hectic, very chaotic. And it's only really right around when you kind of begin getting control of, like, and kind of getting close to kind of fully upgrading your D-class vehicle, getting kind of on top of things. Then the C-class vehicles unlock, and you get an even faster car. And you go up against, you know, faster B-class opponents as well. So it becomes very tricky. All right, that one was on me though. That one was definitely on me. Come on, give me a little bit of boost, please. Someone. Oh, why did I do that? Saved it. That's fine. Get you into the building. There we go. Okay. We should be safe for a little bit. Worst case scenario, we can probably roar alongside here and get these guys, all the parked cars, to turn into traffic. Nope, that is not how we wanted to do it. Very, very, very poor timing. I do like the longhorns on the Cadillac though. Very, very, very cool upgrade, unique to that vehicle. That's also why I like doing with the muscle cars, because they have some really good and really unique customization that's only for like 1 or 2 specific vehicles, and it's really cool. There we go. Phil was a tricky one.
I knew you wasn't just a punk.
Phil was a very tricky one. Alright, let's continue. Let's keep racing, Phil. 2 more races before we get that hot match, and then we can sell that, get some more customization. We have that Dukes of Hazzard build. Pretty much, you got all the fun things on our vehicle. Trying to go over all the jumps. There we go. I love the slipstream turbo. The nitrous is also very, very useful. Oh gosh, okay, that is less useful. Let's get you guys all kinds of messed up there. We can at least hope that we catch up to a few of you. Okay, cool. All right, good. Come on. We need to work our way back up to the pack. And not do that. Ah. No nitrous. We are out of nitrous. It's very quiet in the back of the field. Oh, why did you do that? There we go. That's gonna slow you down. A little bit too much though. We can't quite slipstream turbo off of you. All right, you made a mistake. Yeah, they are way too far ahead. Once they get far enough ahead, they get to the point where basically they're racing where traffic won't spawn anymore, and that makes it very, very tricky to catch up because you still got to deal with traffic, but they do not. And yeah, it's difficult. There we go. Get a little bit more of the roars there. Save that up for saving our race later on. Fish tail just a little bit. Get a. There we go. Full tank of roars. Nice. Okay. Now if anyone even attempts to get past us, especially on these twistier sections here, they are in for a rude and very loud awakening. Oh boy, come on. Nice and speedy. I'm glad playing Need for Speed. If you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out a lot of the PS2 era Need for Speeds. Hot Pursuit 2 in the PS2 is a really good game. Both Undergrounds, you know, Most Wanted, Carbon, all of them are really some of the best of the Need for Speeds. But Hot Pursuit, especially the Hot Pursuit Remastered, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Only thing I don't like is the fact that they got rid of the SLR McLarens in the remastered version. Those are sorely missed. Because those are some of my favorite vehicles to drive in the super class. Especially the Sterling Moss version. The Sterling Moss SLR McLaren was, and still is, an absolutely gorgeous vehicle. But I'm a sucker for the super open top, you know, speedster type vehicles. Oh, hi there. All right, come on, get a little bit closer in front of me. I unlocked the level 3 spike strip. Oh, sweet. Oh no! Oh gosh. Okay. Not good. Not good. We have made an error. Yeah, that's not an error we can recover from. Pain. Pain. Alright, let's go. Big push. Try to avoid the chaos of everyone early on. Yeah, no, Midnight Club 3 is a very difficult game. Very tricky, there's way too much going on a lot of times, and it makes it very difficult to win on your first try. Very rarely do you win on your first try. Mostly you win on like your second, third, or even fourth try. But that is the nature of the Midnight Club games. It's basically kind of a trial and error, really kind of pushing and seeing what you can and can't get away with. Where the spots that you get caught out are, and how to adapt to that. Because if you think you go into a race without knowing exactly where everything is, you were sorely mistaken. Come on. There we go. Big push. Nearly 200 miles an hour now. And Phil is still being very tricky. Very difficult. Hi there, Phil. Can I smash you up against the wall and knock you off? That is one of the benefit of the motorcycle riders is while roar doesn't affect them all that much, they do get knocked off if they hit another traffic car, or if you can kind of squish them up against the wall. Very easy to then get them to fall off the bike. And it's very nice. It's really the only way to kind of combat them, because otherwise they're going to be a lot faster than you, both on the straights and even in the turns. Come on, come on. Alright, Phil, where you going, buddy? You're going into that car, that's what you're going. Hi there. And now. There we go, right at an intersection. Okay, okay, this is not good, this is not... Ah! Pain! Pain! Pain, pain, pain. Pain, Pecco. Alright, this race is definitely one of the trickier ones. Ooh, go, go, go. Nice, we avoided that cluster of you-know-what. I don't want to use nitrous just yet, but Phil was very far ahead. It's always close to the end. Yeah, no, it's like I said, this game is a very tricky game. It's not, I don't think it's as hard as Midnight Club 2. Just because you do get a lot more tools at your disposal. But it is still a very difficult game. Ironically, I think Midnight Club 1 is actually the easiest of all of the Midnight Club games. Because with that, there's not a lot that the opponents can really do. There's not a whole lot that you can do either. So you're on a much more even terms. Whereas in this one, the opponents are always in much faster vehicles than you. And they get some crazy reaction times. Which does make catching them up very tricky. Come on. Gotta stay right up here. Come on. I'm literally just causing everyone to pinball off the walls here. Oh, please. I need Phil to wreck, though. Phil was getting very far ahead in that little motorcycle of his. And he's got quite a bit of power in that thing. Oh, thankfully later chopper guys aren't nearly as difficult because choppers only go up to B class. And usually you're up against much slower, usually in a much faster vehicle when you're going up against them. That's much more heavily modified. It's the other bike people, the guys on the sport bikes that take the cake for difficult drivers to go up against, like Vito in Atlanta, or what's her name in Detroit. Oh, you were so close. There we go. Finally.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah. There we go. All right. Final race against Phil. Then we get his hot match. We can sell it. Begin customizing our wonderful Monte Carlo. Looking forward to having fun with that one. Ooh, luxury vehicles. Lexus SC430. 2 Lexuses, and then a chopper, and of course we got our lowrider. Bruh, don't do that. That was bad. That was so bad. We got completely bodied by that Lexus. I forgot how heavy those are. Even the 2-door Lexuses are very chunky. Very chunky machines in this game. Alright. Here we go. Oh. Rah! Stop wrecking me! This isn't Wreckfest. This ain't Wreckfest. So stop wrecking me. There we go, that's a little bit better. We are in last, but we're at least going fast. So we have a chance of catching them up if they make a mistake. Like that one. Come on. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Ooh, neither of them got affected there. Oh, Phil worked himself out at least, which is good. Oh. Damn. Okay. This one's a tricky one. I forgot how difficult this one was. Come on, give me a little bit of speed, please, Gib. That is exactly what I need. So we can at least get our beautiful Monte Carlo all nice and customized. Midnight Club 2 Paris flashbacks. Pretty much, yeah. This is definitely one of the tighter, twistier courses, and we're definitely up against much faster opponents as well. Once you get past Filter, the game does ease up a little bit until you get to Atlanta, and then it gets a little bit tricky again. But the game doesn't really hit its most difficult part until you get to Detroit. Detroit brings back quite a bit of nightmares. Once you get your A-class car, the game is actually super smooth sailing from there. Because nothing can be faster than the A-class cars, and you have a whole bunch of abilities to make it easier. So once you get a high tier A-class car like the McLaren F1 LM, or the Chrysler ME412 or something like that, it is a lot easier. It's so much easier. But until then though. Yeah, it's definitely a much. Detroit is very tricky. Come on, give me some speed. No mistakes, no accidents. There we go. That should be enough. Get us some money, get us some funds.
Look at that. Now this guy has got style. Man, his flavor is something.
I literally just have a lowered Monte Carlo. Like, I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm going to, but not yet. I'm gonna go to the garage, get the wonderful hot match Quevito.
Look at that baby there. Now that's feed me. Custom built chrome everywhere. Hot match chopper Cuervito. You know that'll fly.
Yeah, it'll fly out of a garage because we're gonna be selling it for money to customize our car. Or the Cadillac Sienne. Oh yeah, the Sienne's not a bad one either. It's smaller than the the ME412, but it's still pretty planted. It's not nearly as twitchy as the McLaren F1. It's not a bad vehicle as well. I don't mind it. It's a decent vehicle. But we're gonna be selling the chopper because I don't really don't want to have to deal with the chopper. There we go. Massive amount of money there. And now we can have some fun. Let's go into the performance shop. Let's go into the chassis because we can get hydraulics. Yep. Yes, we can get hydraulics. Yes. I love it. And now the fun part. Let's get some rims. Let's get those American racing rims. Granted, the Dalton Boulevards look quite nice on it as well. But I'm thinking more so along the lines of the American racing Hopster. I want to see what color we can make them. If it's just the inside. It is just the inside. Oh, yes, please. Yes. This thing definitely a very interesting looking vehicle. That's fine. We're gonna be making it look even better. We're gonna that one actually looks really nice. The number is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 does not look nice there. Probably 2 looks the best there. Very smooth, very subtle. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look bad. What do you think? Nah, we'll go for a cleaner, slightly cleaner look on our car. I think. You know, very, very smooth, very subtle. We can get the big old air scoops, the standard cowl scoop here. Kind of like that actually. That's not too bad. Do we want to chop it? No, that looks very, very icky. None of those look good. All right, let's go for the exhaust system now. Let's see. Ooh. Actually, yes. There we go. There we go. Let's change some of the color on the exhaust tips as well. Let's get the gold tip exhaust. Make it look very much like a lowrider. We can put neon. We can put neon on the muscle car. Oh, gross. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? And now we can go to the fun stuff as well. We can put on some custom vinyls. Ooh. That doesn't look bad. Some of these look better than others. Some of these don't look all that great. Yeah, some of those side ones aren't all that good. Graphics, wild rips. Any custom rips? Not that I see. No custom tribal, no custom manufacturers. Yeah, nothing custom for the modern vinyls. That's not gonna look good on the car. We can put flames on. I'm kind of digging the side stripes here. We may want to kind of swap out the fun things, the front bumper for something a little bit different. What do you guys think about that? Kind of the subtle. The subtle green. Oh, that's kind of cool. Now I'm gonna go with the darker kind of black color. There we go. That actually looks really nice. That looks nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. States. Where are you? Where are you? We're gonna HIKL Maryland. Yes, Maryland gotta represent. Gotta represent crab. Gotta represent the crab states. Nice, Maryland. Dumb. The back probably would look better. Dub. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm not quite digging the front bumper though. So I may swap it with something else. I think front bumper 1 may actually look a little bit better. A little bit less obnoxious on the gold and everything. Keeping it a little bit more, dare I say, subtle, because the car itself is about as subtle as a brick coming through your front windscreen. But it doesn't look too bad. Should we chop it though? Should we? On one hand, that kind of looks nice. On the other hand, it looks kind of derpy as well. Like it's something out of like Need for Speed Nitro or something. Nah, we're not gonna do that. That does look pretty cool though. I'm gonna print screen that. There we go. Now we have the hydraulics. Now we can enter some more fun stuff.
Aha, Holmes, you just fitted your right.
That does look like Need for Speed Nitro.
You can fire them up by pressing the down
It's a little bit too cartoony for my taste. Like if it was a little bit less of a chop, I think it would look better. But because it's chopped like 7 inches, like almost an entire foot, like it's a little bit of a mess. Like if it was about like a 2 to 3 inch chop, I think it would look pretty smooth. But because it's like a 7 inch chop, then it's a lot more sus.
Now you spent all that money. What's your excuse gonna be when you lose?
Lag. It was the lag, guys. We can hop the car. Yes. Whee! This thing actually looks pretty solid though. Ow. And now we have now we have dented it a little bit. We have christened the car. Oh yeah, this thing feels, it looks super nice now. This is our first custom car of the game. Doesn't look too bad.
It's mostly girls and kids in the tuna scene, but this one a lunatic. You better look out, man.
Yeah, Vanessa's actually, at times, she can be more difficult than Phil because the tuner cars are very, very fast in the corners and everything. Very, very high performance vehicles. But we have, unironically though, I would own that Mitsubishi Eclipse. Like that looks like very smooth, very nice customization. Very, very subtle touches here and there. Like I'd own that. I would 100% own that. Even the pink itself actually looks pretty good. Alright, nitrous right out of the gates. Come on, big push. Let's go. Yeah, I see you. We're already having a Dodge. That one's a Mitsubishi Eclipse there. Already having some eclipses, some Dodge neons and everything on our tail. Woo! Very dicey for you. I know someone that owns that pink car. Oh yeah, no. Honestly, like the Mitsubishi Eclipses, like even outside of like the first and second generation, which those ones are usually the ones you think about when it comes to vehicle tuning. Like a lot of the other Mitsubishi Eclipses are still very, very respectable vehicles in their own rights. The third and the fourth generation versions. But it's just that because it's not they don't have the turbocharged 4G 63 engine, they get kind of forgotten about a little bit. But those also are very, you know, very, very, very nice cars. And I would totally, you know, I would totally own any Eclipse as long as it's a manual. I wouldn't want an Eclipse with an automatic transmission. Because if you want a two-door kind of sports coupe, you get it in manual. 100%. Even if it's like kind of like a sporty-ish, not 100% sporty type of, you know, more of a specialty vehicle, you still get it in manual. Because you get that extra control, you get the extra, little bit of extra performance as well. Like you can really kind of fudge. You can kind of really kind of you know, enjoy driving it more as opposed to just only focus on going in like a straight line and everything. You get a lot more control out of the vehicle. An automatic person. Automatic's not bad, but I prefer. I miss my my old Geo Tracker because that one had the manual in it, and that one was very, very, very nice. My newer, the car I replaced it with when it got totaled. It has an automatic transmission, and I kind of miss being able to shift my own gears. It's something that, like, you know, you eventually kind of grow to love, especially like if you live more so less urban areas and stuff, and it's more you know, more kind of back roads and everything, or you have more less stop and go traffic. Because stop and go traffic definitely makes you wish for an automatic. Because oh my gosh, you're constantly working the clutch, and your left leg gets an absolute workout. But in more, you know, regular driving and everything, manual is so much fun. Nice, give us a little bit more money. Oh, C-Class vehicles have been locked. Right as we've roughly gotten our D-Class car about halfway to the full tune, we've now unlocked C-Class cars. And this is all the C-Class cars. Luxury vehicles, tuners. Got your El Caminos. Like, these are very, very fast vehicles. You got the Cadillac Escalade. The 96 Impala. 69 Charger, the Volkswagen Phaeton. Is that a Supra? Like, this is some very... Like, it is a big step up compared to our D-Class cars. In terms of value, in terms of luxury, in terms of performance. I saw one of those today, the SSR. I don't see too many of them today. And of course you have the XLR, basically Cadillac's version of the Corvette, but with the North Star V8 engine in it, as opposed to the LS series engine. But it's kind of built on a similar chassis to the Corvette. Not a bad vehicle. But I wish I had the version of that with the LS instead of the North Star, because the North Star engines were a little bit finicky. Gonna be all of that Supra, and the Supra is an amazing car. I quite like the Supra. It's a very fast car in the Tokyo Extreme Racer, especially Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. It's one of the fastest vehicles in the game for that, because it's got the very, very powerful 2JZ that responds very well to upgrades. Downside is, oftentimes, you usually unlock the Supra fairly late in the game. So I don't always get a chance to use the Supra as much. I usually end up going with like the RX-7 or like the Impreza or something for most of the mid to later game runs. That or I start with the Chaser, which is basically a four-door Supra. And that one handles power adders really well too. American SOK. Yeah, it's a vehicle that had a really cool, like, it has really, really cool design to it. but it's definitely let down by its engine, I think. I do kind of like, especially the later 2000s, early 2010s SLKs. They really kind of worked a lot of the bugs out with that. The earlier SLK compressors, those ones weren't nearly as good. But yeah, it was very, very iffy. You started with the FCRX7. That's a decent vehicle as well in the Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. That one's a good starter vehicle, and it can take you quite far. You gotta watch it with the rotary engines though. In the later tuning stages, they don't make nearly as much power compared to their inline 6 counterparts. And while the handling is good enough to take on like the tighter, twistier sections like the C1 loop and the Shinkanjo and that type of stuff, you will be absolutely murdered on the Wangan unless you do like an engine swap, or you really kind of increase the mileage to unlock the final tier. The final tier of performance upgrades for the engine. But I mean, it has some decent potential. It is a really good vehicle though for, you know, a good starting car, and it can take you pretty far in the career mode as well. But like I said, basically on the Wangan and on the super long sections at Nagoya, in basically the second tier of the game. Those are the two areas where it can't compete unless you've like fully tuned it. But if you have fully tuned it, then it has a little bit of a fighting chance. But it'll definitely take some time, and especially quite a bit of mileage in order to get that. All right, come on. Yep, one more. Oh, I was hoping that would wreck you. That's fine. That's fine. We'll be going past. Oh, just barely flip that there. I say as I completely bin the vehicle on corner exits. There we go. Much better. Good launch. Good start. Manga race. I want to take my portion with the FC. Good luck. Through rotor noises. Oh no. Oh yeah, you can swap a whole bunch of different like engines into the vehicles. You have to have in Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. You need 1,800 and some miles on the engine, I believe. It's somewhere on that range to unlock the engine swaps on that car, which is quite a bit of mileage. But you know, if you kind of start with the vehicle and you use it to kind of carry you all the way through career mode, you can swap a more powerful rotary engine in. You can swap, you know, the Boxer 4, a Boxer 6 in. You can swap, you know, big old turbocharged V8 in there. Like, you have a whole bunch of options. And it'll affect everything from, like, vehicle handling and vehicle weight to, you know, the torque curve and everything. The FBRX7 sucks. It's definitely not a good vehicle for highway racing. In the like super twisty courses and stuff like that, the FB, the Savannah RX-7, it's not a bad one. It's definitely, because it's very lightweight, it's very nimble, very good. But yeah, no, in Tokyo Extreme Racer 3, the FB, the earlier 80s one, isn't all that good. Build all those street racers. We manufacture vinyls. Cool. New car rims. We already have some of that. But let's go to the garage. Let's see what the manufacturer vinyls look like, if any of them look half decent. We have got a lot of money, you know. And we haven't really unlocked any upgrades for the whatchamacallit, the C-Class vehicles yet. Once we unlock some upgrades for the C-Class vehicles, though, we're going to be switching to one of those. So let's see what kind of manufacturer decals we have here. That's kind of mid. That one doesn't look too bad, actually. Like, it's not as good as the stripe version, like the stripes and everything. But like, that doesn't look too bad. but I want the stripes. The stripes look very, very clean on the car. Very, you know, with the boxiness of it, it kind of adds just a few extra curves. I quite like it. Now for the C-Class car, I'm trying to think if we want to do the
Oh, fregón, huh?
the 96 Impala,
Well done.
kind of continue with like the low rata type
Those
cars,
kids think you
or if
can
we want to
drive
go with a
okay.
full-size American
They
muscle car.
invited you to take part in the unbeatable Street Racers private club competition.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is turn up in a tuner and keep impressing the kids.
Okay.
I know, why bother? But apart from all the feria you're gonna be lifting off these fools, those vatos got some firme skills. Maybe they can teach you something. Anyway, do what you like. I'm just giving you some advice.
Sure, buddy. I appreciate that. Thanks for giving me some advice. Alright, now, you might be wondering, well, what do we do now? There's no other races. We got some tournaments that we can enter, and we can win some really, really fun vehicles. None of them are gonna be really useful for us, so we're gonna probably sell them off.
Hey, bro, I got word of a tournament taking place.
But
You might want to check it out.
we do have a chance to get some fun vehicles. City tournament, for example, we can win the Lexus IS 300 here. Doing some autocross racing, some time trial events. Yep, so you gotta have to really take the courses, the races how they go.
Wanna test out your rides on a city track?
Yeah,
Check
autocross
out
race.
the
Basically, it's
autocross
closed
race.
course, time trial.
Autocross race.
We know how to do that. It's no traffic. And this is the beautiful IS 300 that we can win and then sell off for some extra muns for us to eventually get the C-Class car. There we go. But before that, though, we'll probably be getting the Tier 2 upgrades for the D-Class car. So our very nice Monte Carlo will at least be able to live a little bit longer. Is that a four-door Supra? Minus the turbocharger a little bit, yeah. It does have the inline 6 in it. Although the IS300 is kind of a bit more of the lesser known, not necessarily lesser known, but more of a vehicle that's kind of fallen by the wayside in the tuner community. It's definitely not nearly as popular in the tuner scene as the Supra, despite it having, you know, the same kind of Toyota inline 6 underpinnings. 5, 6. There we go. Final corners really allowed us to get back up there. Much faster than Jerome.
What, you think you're a pimp, Bessie?
I mean, you see my ride? This is a pimp car. Alright, this is the kind of car a pimp would ride in. I should have painted it orange and gave it a New Mexico license plate. With the license plate, the Cap'n. Totally not a Breaking Bad reference. There we go. Oh, this car is nice though. Get to kind of test it out without traffic and other races getting in the way. And the smooth kind of longer sweeping corners here really kind of benefit the vehicle's handling. Easy. There we go. We're up on time. Good. Alright, a little too early on that corner. Now through the twisty sections here. Yeah, the tuners are usually a little bit better on the these races, the autocross races, the tuners and the exotics. This isn't bad. Alright, we're down a little bit on time, but we can go a little bit quicker. We should be fine. We got this. We got this. Some slight right-hand turns here. Ever so slight taps on the wall. Yeah, we're doing really well here. Let's make sure we don't mess up the cliffside section. Good. Very good. Nice. Alright, this should be enough for us to get into the top bracket, rankings. It's basically qualifying, but with some extra speed. Very, very quick through there.
Oh, now you think you're in the game, huh?
Yeah, of course. And then the final race. Get in there, Isaac. Get in there, Lewis. Oh yeah, speaking of which, did you hear that Lewis Hamilton is dating, in the early stages of dating Shakira? I saw the on the socials when the news article that they confirmed it. The number of "get in there, Lewis" comments on that was very I expected that, but oh gosh, poor guy. He's got to deal with pretty much any time people see him out with, you know, someone else. Everyone's like, "Get in there, Lewis." Oh, the poor guy's been memed. I mean, let's be honest. You're not a Formula 1 racer until you have at least like 2 or 3 good memes attached to your name. My wife, how dare you, Lewis? Lewis on hards, wife on wets. Oh, that was bad. I'm sorry. That was horrible. That was low even by my standards. I'm sorry about that. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky. A lot of very sharp, very angular corners. The Monte Carlo is definitely a little bit unwieldy on the tighter technical sections here. This is definitely one of the areas where a tuner car will be a lot better. And unfortunately, we don't have any nitrous as well, so we're gonna have to try to get at least as close as possible to the top row. But it's gonna be so close. So many walls as well. All right, that's a little bit quicker. We gotta go faster though. We gotta really push. It's not gonna be easy though, because this is one of the trickier ones. Very narrow, barely 2 lanes wide. That's smooth. There we go. That's a start. Ah, that corner there is a little bit tricky. I'm trying to cut it a little bit too tight. We got a chance though. If we're not first, we'll probably be second or third though with the timer running. And with the tournament standings, we should still be able to win it. So we did win the previous 2. We're up on time now. Come on. No mistakes. All right, a little bit of a mistake there. That's gonna kill our momentum. 2. Oh, yep. Okay. Not bad. Only Ben managed to beat us, but we still came in first. There we go. Extra 5 grand. We won the Lexi. Yes, please. Give it to us.
You like the look of that Lexus? That IS300 is all tuned up and ready to go.
One thing I wish this game had though was different like regulations for different races. So for example, like D-class Japanese cars, or like, you know, B-class Dodges or something, and you can kind of pick whatever vehicle that like met those regulations. At least for like the city races. That way, it gave you a means of gives you more incentive to kind of try out different vehicles in a bit more of a risk-free environment. Because once you begin unlocking like the faster vehicles, the slower vehicles that you're finally getting some of the money up for, like the Hummer H1, you're not gonna really be buying the Hummer H1. Like I've never used the Hummer H1 in this game in my life, because by the time you have enough money for it, you're already going to be in like the C-class cars. Like it's not worth it. Like look, like it's $117,000, and it's slower than the baseline performance of our Monte Carlo. So there's no real reason to use it. But it's really cool because it's a massive SUV. that probably has a lot of cool customization on it, but it just doesn't. Just doesn't let you use it. Oh wait, whoa! The CTSV is a D-class car? Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was for sure a C-class car, but I guess not. I guess not. All right, we have enough time. Let's go up against Vanessa again, because she's gonna be back with a much more tuned up D-class Eclipse, and then we can then save the game and then end the stream. But we're gonna have a few races with her. We can at least get the car up to the C to higher performance D-class tune.
Hey, Holmes, the unbeatable street racers seem to want revenge. Time to deny them again.
Alright, let's do it. And we can see already here, her car, Vanessa's car, very pretty. I kind of prefer the older, her original look on her vehicle. I'm not a big fan with like the pink window tints and the much more aggressive body kits. Too far away. Oh gosh. Keep up. I'm trying, bruh. There we go. There we go. Yeah, like her newer car isn't nearly as good looking as her older Eclipse. It's a little bit wonky. I definitely changed the wheels on it, and maybe the front hood. But otherwise, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, whole bunch of D-class tuners, probably at a much higher state of tune. And we're in the rain as well. 355 wheels. Super wide stuff. Yeah, those look very interesting. Like I said, I definitely go with some a little bit narrower stuff. And probably, you know, with a little bit more subtle. Kind of turn down the crazy aggressive bodywork a tad. I mean, it doesn't look atrocious, but it could definitely be a lot better. There we go. Let's try to build up a little bit more roar, because we are gonna need it in the near future. Weave through here. There we go. Could be tap the brakes. Sharp left through here. But no, honestly, I'd love to visit San Diego. It'd be really cool to stop by there and see what it's like. I've never been west of the Appalachians in my life. So that'd be kind of a fun road trip. Kind of, you know, explore some of the western and central United States. See what all is out there. Maybe one summer do a midnight club tour. So it's, you know, Atlanta, New York, Detroit, LA, and then San Diego for all the American cities. I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. You get to kind of see all the sights and everything, all the landmarks that you're racing past at 200 some miles an hour. Like that would be super cool. Now that would be a very fun experience. All right, where are you? There you go. There's the entrance to Petco Park. My wife's probably angry at me for ruining the baseball field, driving on it in the rain, leaving massive ruts and everything. It's gonna cause player injuries. There we go. We got some monies. Let's keep racing Vanessa. Next race, if we win it, we unlock tier 2 upgrades for the D-class cars. Get some more performance out of our ride. Some more nitrous, some more grip. That'd be very fun, I think. So far, we're making some pretty good progress, though. We're nearly done the most of the San Diego, at least the first tier San Diego parts, before our revisits. Alright, let's go. Nitrous. I don't want to get caught up in your mess. I'm gonna start fast, and I'm gonna stay fast. Because no one here is in a chopper. So this is stuff I can control the race from the front. Anyone gets past me, they get roared. Hi there. There. Ooh, easy there. Everyone's having issues. Quite a few of them got caught up there. That is why I always like using the muscle cars, because you can roar. You can get some of the fun stuff. Come on, let's get you a little bit sideways. We can dive through here. No, we can't. We can't dive through there. Okay, that would take us way too far down. Come on, give us some speed. I'd love to own a lowrider in real life too. That'd be really, really fun. I don't have nearly enough knowledge on like the hydraulic stuff as much. So I've not really worked a whole lot on hydraulics. That'd be really, really fun to kind of, you know, build your own vehicle that can kind of like, you know, hop and dance and everything with the custom paints and all that. That'd be a very, very beautiful car. There we go, saved it. Come on, let's put you into the wall there. Oh yeah, also that yellow Nissan. That yellow hatchback that we're seeing. It's a Nissan Sport Concept that eventually became the Nissan Versa. And yeah, no, it's very, very much not a pretty car. Alright, come on, let's do this. Let's get some speed going. Roar, there you go, into the wall. You managed to recover fairly decently from it, which is good. Alright, where are you? You're going up there. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go down here. There we go. Getting really close. That is a C-Class car just up ahead, that Nissan Z. Alright, that's going to cause some issues. Come on, push. Big push, let's go. We can kind of cut through here. Maybe less so now. Alright, come on, we need to go fast now. We need to catch up to them. At least a little bit. Try to use some of the slipstream turbo to really get a little bit of time going. So otherwise, they're gonna be very quick on the straights. Oh no! Gotta go fast. I am not Sonic. I am very much gotta go at a moderate pace. Ah, boy. Come on, big push. That Nissan's gonna be a pain. A lot of drifts, a lot of high-speed slides to the central plaza area. Gotta go at a moderate pace. I am modest, Sonic. Gotta go reasonably quick. We must move at an acceptable pace. Come on, Vanessa, get out of there. Get out of there. No. Bad girl. Bad Vanessa. There we go. Nice. Alright, there's a shortcut here. Keep the speed going. Keep the speed up as much as possible. Yeah, we have a big lead now. Gotta keep the car nice and slidey. Build up some more of that roar. Past the industrial plant, past the naval base as well. Because San Diego is a military town. It is a Navy town. Navy? I think it's Navy. Don't, please, armed military people, please don't crucify me. I may be wrong. It may instead be an Air Force base. It's either Air Force or a naval base in close to San Diego. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Please do not crucify me. There we go. Cross the line. Very nice.
What I tell you, Issy, it's nothing to be scared of.
Nothing to be scared of. Now we're doing quite good. We're doing well. We get the level 2 performance parts. There we go. So let's go to the garage. Let's really soup up our beautiful Monte Carlo. Get all the performance parts upgrades on it. With the exception of the tier 3 tires. And yeah, this thing's gonna fly. This thing is going to fly. Love putting the Linger filter, performance engineering, hooker headers. There we go. Whole bunch of different tuning shops and everything. It's weird how a lot of these companies aren't available anymore. Like they've just kind of gone defunct. Very unfortunate. There we go. Get some extra grippy tires. High performance Brembo brakes. There we go. This thing now, not bad. Not bad at all. It's got some decent performance. Okay-ish handling, moderate acceleration. Acceleration could probably use a little bit of extra help, but it's not bad. We should be fine. All right, let's see. Let's do the final race with Vanessa. That way we can unlock Atlanta. And we can also finally do some of the other tournaments as well in San Diego to get some more vehicles, to get some more money.
Think you're a player, huh?
But let's take down Vanessa. She's up top on the PCH by the cliffside. And yeah, this thing feels so nice to drive now. Got that Maryland, got the Crab Ritz, got the Crab Riz. Where are you, Vanessa?
This Ruka just doesn't give up. You took her down once before. Now do it again.
Yeah, we got this. We got one more race with Vanessa. Should be super easy. Take it down a few notches, take it down a few pegs. We're not gonna have, we may have some minor issues, but we'll be fine. We'll see how long it takes us. But our Monte Carlo looks so nice. I'm enjoying it anyway. Very clean. Very low rider-esque. I don't know if I want to do the 96 Impala or one of the full-size vehicles. Oh gosh, we're up against the Lotus Elise. The Lotus is gonna be real quick. Oh, the Lotus is definitely one of the faster C-Class tuners. And it's got real good handling, very nimble. It's not nearly as overpowered as it is in Most Wanted, but it's still pretty quick. Okay, slidey, that's fine. Alright, let's get back up to speed. Thankfully, we have 2 nitruses, so we have a little bit more in the mistake department that we can make. Oh gosh, this race though. It's a short one. Yeah, nope. Man, Drew. He's not Andrew, he is super manly Andrew. He is Man Drew. So yeah, I think with the super tight section early on the beachfront, we really want to make sure that we don't, we're not having any issues here. We want to make sure we're away from most of the other opponents as much as possible. That way we can kind of hold on a little bit better to the lead, control the race from the front. All right, big boost, big air time. Oh my gosh, the sheer speed of that. Oh, damn. Okay, so using the nitrous on that jump probably isn't a really smart decision. So that's something we don't want to do. Crashing into that truck is probably also something we don't want to do. That's fine. Let's use the nitrous now. Just pray, hope for the best. Maybe we can kind of fishtail a little bit. Minimal speed loss, but we get some offensive use of the roar. There we go. We can cut through the aircraft carrier instead of jumping over it. Maintain a little bit more speed here. Oh, save it, Isaac. Save it. Oh gosh. Okay, that was way too close. That was way too close. Oh, and now we got a level 1 performance spots for the Class C cars, so we can begin kind of customizing. We can begin kind of customizing the Class C cars as well. Oh my word. That's...
I don't know how you deal with the cold.
Damn.
You get used to it. It's the sun.
That was
All
tough.
that salt messes with your work. That's my problem.
Man, your work needs all the help it can get.
Whatever. Fuel.
I like all the cars in this
Hearing a lot of
garage.
crap about you.
Very nice.
People saying you can actually drive. Oh, this is Vince. The best
Sup,
mechanic
Vince?
in Detroit. If you're ever in the Motor City, you should pay him a visit. Hey, this is Baby's boy.
Ah, right.
I know you got good taste in cars, eh?
Mhm.
So there's this double event down in Atlanta. Beautiful cars. But more interesting than that, there's gonna be some serious competition. You should go down there, show them what you got. Thought it might be something fun for you. And here, I got a buddy, Apone. If something
Apone.
happens to your ride or you need a hookup, he'll take care of you. I mean, he ain't no Oscar. He's better than Vince here.
Yeah, who you trying to kid?
Yeah, I know I'm number one.
Yeah, you're number one.
Hey, later, Issy.
Always fun having it like that bro, super chill bro vibes and everything, where you're like, you can tease people and everything. We got that. That being said, though, we're probably gonna be ending the stream here real shortly. So thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing well in the comments below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. That being said, though, I've been Isaac Umbras, and wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is for you, may it be a great time. And I hope to see you all on the next stream. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.